Hi, welcome back. In this video, we will show you how to assign the project locations in terms of the project floors and their relative heights. So to do that, we need to go to Tools and Assign Project Locations. Now, this is the window where it is named as Parts and Levels Management. You have two parts of the screen, or what we call as zoning. This is the horizontal zoning for your projects, and this is the vertical zoning for your projects. What we mean by that is, you have, for example, the project, you can name it the project, or you can add different sub-projects under this project. So for instance, if you have 3 buildings that you wish to add under this project, so you can just simply click on Add and name the first sub-project as, for example, Building A, and then save. It adds to the horizontal zoning of the screen. You have one more building, for example, Building B, and then save, it gets added the same. Now for each sub-project, or for each, for example, building, you need to put the how many floors in it. So we'll assume we'll have the project as our project, and you need to click on Auto Insert. This is the simpler way of inserting the number of floors for your project rather than adding them one by one. So click on Auto Insert and you'll get this Insert Levels window. It tells you how many basements you want to have and whether or not you have ground floor, mezzanines, podiums, floors, roofs, and top roof. So we can give an instance as an example, number of basement as 1, and then we do have a ground floor, and you have 1 mezzanine, and how many podiums. I'll assume I have 2 floors, and then I have 1 roof and 1 top roof. This is the way that you add the floorings. That is simpler than adding them one by one. Once you're done, you click on Insert, and here we go. We have all the vertical zoning or the levels for each project. You can do the same for buildings A, B, C, etc. So, for the project, once you're done with assigning the project floors, you need to assign their heights, their relative heights, and their thicknesses for the slab, floorings, and the ceilings. So, in order to do so, the third step for this video is to input the project location data insertion. Please click on that, and it will take you to the project location data insertion window. Now be careful, you need to choose the part. The part, it means which project you want to insert the data for. You can import the project one by one. So we can work on our project, which we kept it the name as a project. These are the default level values for the areas, height, ceiling slab thickness, and the floor slab thickness. In case you have common details or inputs, you can put them as default and then insert these default values. So to start with, please focus on the location height and the location floor slab and the location ceiling slab. These are all in metric, in meters, in unit meters. So for example, if we start with the basement, you need to input the location height. So this could be, for example, 3 meters, and if you go down 3.5, I'm just giving you an example. So mezzanine, for example, 4 meters, and then another 4 meters, and so on. So you need to input the location heights for each floor. And the next step is the location floor slab. You need to input the slab thicknesses for the floors and the ceilings. So you start with basement 1. For example, the thickness of the floor is 250 mm, so it's 0.25. And then you move on to the location ceiling slab for the basement. Basically, the location ceiling slab for the basement is actually the floor slab for ground floor. So if ground floor slab thickness for the flooring is 300 millimeters, so the ceiling slab will be the same, 0.3 meters. You do the same for all the floorings. And once you're done, you click on Save and Close. Now the project has been assigned for its project floors and the relative floor slab thicknesses and ceiling slab thicknesses. So before working on Civil Wizard, whether it's on substructure or superstructure, if you click on Civil Wizard and you want to try inputting some of the elements in substructure or foundation, if you click on this, it tells you here the warning sign that you need to assign the concrete chapter. So the concrete chapter has not been assigned yet. Would you want to assign it now? You click on yes. And you need to select the concrete chapter manually. So you've got site work, concrete, masonry, thermal and moisture protection, and finishes. You need to assign the concrete work in order to start working on your Civil Wizard, whether it was for substructure or superstructure. Once you click on save, now the Civil Wizard actually will be open for you. Please refer for the next videos that will explain in details for the foundation elements and the superstructure elements in Civil Wizard. Basically, this is the main setup for your project before you start working on architecture or Civil Wizard. Thanks for watching.